Hi, everyone. My name is Vaibhavi, and I welcome you to one more session of Arva Yoga. Today is May 4th. May the 4th be with you. And our theme for the session today, about half an hour of our session, is focused on Star Wars, all the wonderful quotes of that movie. And we're going to weave that into our yoga session today. So if you are a Star Wars fan, if you love Yoda, Luke, whoever is your favorite character of the movie, I hope you'll participate in this session and enjoy strengthening our bodies, calming our minds, and realizing the soul or the force that binds all of us together. So let's get started. I'm going to request you to close your eyes, and we are going to start on this beautiful evening by just setting an intention. And the intention I would love for you to set is about the light that is in all of us. So one of the quotes from the movie is, close your eyes, feel it, the light. It's always been there. It will guide you. So with that, close your eyes, hands in any mudra, arrive in the space. Focus on your breath, normal breathing. Breathing in through your nose, breathing out through your nose. Seeing how the breath feels today. Is it cool when you breathe in? Is it warm when you breathe out? Just take a minute, take a moment to arrive in the head space, in the physical space, as we get ready to honor the force that's in the universe all around us. We'll chant one Om. I'm sure Yoda would approve of it. Breathe in at the top of the breath, longest breath of the day. We are going to chant one Om together. Rub your palms together, gently massage your face, let the light come in through the cracks of your hands, and gently open your eyes. And as Yoda would say, do or do not, there's no try. So we're going to do our yoga session today. We're going to do our hatha yoga session today. The way this session is going to work is we are going to start with some standing sequences. Then we'll descend down to the mat, a few asanas on the mat in the seated position, and then we lie down to round our class with perhaps a few sessions on the mat, and then into our final Shavasana of the session. So let's begin. And I want to start our standing sequence by kind of just reading one more quote. And we are going to try our asanas today with this particular theme. So Yoda says, fear is the path to the dark side. Fear leads to anger, anger leads to hate, hate leads to suffering. I sense much fear in you. And don't we all have that little fear in us, whether it's something new that we are embarking on or just fear to try? So today, our standing asana sequence is targeted to us building that strength to really remove that fear that a lot of times holds us back in life. So let's begin. I invite you to stand up And I'm going to go back to my mat there behind me. And I invite you to see if you can fold your hands together. Maybe today, not touch your hands on the ground, and see if you can simply get up without touching your hands to the ground. So if that is something you can do, I'm going to bring my laptop a little further up so that you can hear me and I can see some of you here on my machine. Okay, so let's stand up on the mat. As always, when we stand, we are going to focus on the 6 points of our feet, 3 points on each foot. So feel the 6 points, micro bend in the knees. So again, when you look at the knees, these are not bent, neither are they hyperextended. Your hips are neither in front nor in the back. So just line up your whole body. Shoulders are relaxed. Chin is parallel to the mat. Palms are facing the front. Just feel the moment. And let's work on that fear element, which then leads us to be held back in life. So I invite you to start by doing a quick round of warm up. So bring your head to the right, bring your head to the left. If you have warmed up already, feel free to skip a few minutes ahead because this is a very, very gentle warm up that we are doing. So shoulder rolls, a few rolls forward and back. Maybe also let's throw in our neck rotations. Just loosen your neck, take your feet hip distance apart, and maybe a few circles with your hips, extending the diameter of the circle with each rotation. From here, keep those legs wide apart, touch your toes, reach to the back, up, and really open up that body. Again, you may feel free to do a few more of these, do a few jumping jacks, really choose your own adventure. Maybe hold your hands at the back of your head and simply twist your body. Pick up that leg one at a time, a few ankle rotations perhaps. Bring that leg up, open up the hip. It's a beautiful day here today. And maybe a few windmills. And that kind of has warmed me up a little bit. If you feel a little bit more warm up is needed, feel free to go into, like I said, a few jumping jacks, maybe throw in a few Surya Namaskars here. But we are going to get right into our standing sequence. So again, shift your weight to one side of the body. I'm going to shift my weight to my left leg. Now that leg is going to be there, rooted in the ground. Rooting and grounding helps us for tree. We're going to not hold our postures for a very long time today. This is more of a gentle stretch. This is more of a quick workout, if you will. Again, honoring May the 4th. Other leg. Feel the strength in your standing legs. Return. I want to repeat this. This time, maybe bring your leg a little higher up. You can repeat just the more stable position if you feel like it. Switch, change. Yep, a little wobbly today. Find your called the bandhan, pada bandhan, which means foot hold. So you're going to almost feel the pressure on your entire foot as you stand here. Release. Take a couple of cleansing breaths here. And we are going to transition into the triangle pose. Feet are twice the hip distance apart. Turn your right foot to be perpendicular to your left foot. Inhale, left hand goes up and slide your right hand down. Look up. Triangle or trikonasana. Breathe here. Send the breath all the way down to your belly. Open the chest. Look up. Feel the grounding in your feet. As you exhale, relax and repeat on the other side. So now left foot is 90 degrees to the right foot. Inhale, bring your right hand up, look up, and as you exhale, slide that left hand down your back. Breathe. Feel the force. The force is with you always. The strength is with you in your standing legs. Inhale, exhale, as you release, come out, come back to Tadasana or the standing pose. We are going to go into yet another standing pose called Parshva, Uttita Parshva Konasana, or the standing extended side angle pose. Legs again, hip distance apart. Turn your right foot 90 degrees to your left foot. Left foot is parallel to the edge of the mat. Bend your right knee. Option to stay here, or else place your elbow on the right knee and sweep up your hand up and over your ear. Tuck your belly in, open up your shoulders, and breathe. Feel the force, feel the strength on the left side of the body. Root your left edge, outer edge of the foot onto the mat. Sit down a little deeper. Reach your hand out, pointing straight. Release as you exhale. Come back to standing. And let's perform the same asana on the other side. Again, right foot is now parallel to the edge of the mat. Sit in, sit down with your left knee at a 90 degrees angle. Place your left elbow on the left knee. Option to bring your hand up above your ear and breathe. If you're finding yourself collapsing, make sure to open up your chest. Bicep touching the ear, hand straight up, pointing towards the sky. Root both your feet into the mat. Relax your shoulders, especially the left one. Breathe. Exhale. Bring your hand back. Stand back in Tadasana. Close your eyes here and see if you can feel your breath. Is it now flowing a little bit more deeper? Is it faster? Is it shallow? Just for a few seconds here, as you close your eyes, see if you can feel the force in your body, the force in form of the breath that's going in and out of your body, keeping you alive. Respiratory system, digestive system, your heart that's beating. Feel the pure energy that's in you. Now gently open your eyes. And from here, we are going to transition down to the mat. In order to do that, come to the top of your mat. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, bend forward. Now here, see if you can bring your hands to the mat. Place your chest on your thighs. And from here, start to bring your head down and bring your hips up. Uttanasana or the forward fold. Exhale, step or jump back. Place your knees on the mat. I might actually turn this way. Place your knees on the mat. And let's bring in a few cat cows. So for cat cow, as you inhale, you're going to bring your hips to the sky, drop that belly to the mat, open up your shoulders, look forward. And as you exhale, you're going to curve the spine towards the sky. Bring your pelvis in. Bring your head in, round that neck. Look at the navel. And repeat this. Repeat this as you inhale, exhale. Coordinate the movement of your spine with your breath. You're going to do this for a few breaths, say 3 to 5 breaths. Now, as you all do this, I'm going to transition us from that standing sequence that we did, which was focused on fear, eradicating fear, to yet another beautiful quote from Star Wars. I think the fear one is my favorite, but this probably is my second favorite. Compassion, which I would define as unconditional love, is essential to a Jedi's life. So you might say that we are encouraged to love Anakin. Now, this is very beautiful. As we transition down to the mat and just take a couple last, maybe just one more cat cow here. And from here, just place your hips on your heels and come down to child's pose and be in the child's pose. The quality of compassion that we are going to work on as we do these asanas. So stay in the child's pose. We're going to do a few back bends and hip openers here to build that compassion, which is a beautiful quality. So when you're ready, from the child's pose, rise up to be on your knees. Just going to shift here. We are going to transition to camel or Ustrasana. So let's practice here. Place your hands on the back of your hips and knees are hip distance apart. Bring your elbows together in the back. Push your hips forward as you look up and back. So if Ustrasana or camel is not in your practice, your option is to stay there. If Ustrasana is in your practice, then at this point in time, I invite you to go beyond this pose. And as you breathe in, drop your hands to your heels, shine your chest towards the sky, look back, feel the strength in this asana. Stay here for at least 10 breaths. When you feel you cannot hold any longer, gently come out of the asana and go into child's pose. So stay for as long as you can. Now, for those who want to take their practice to yet another level, let's do full Ustrasana or full camp. So try this with me, but please do this only if you are comfortable with Ustrasana. So again, your feet are hip distance apart, and instead of dropping our hands like so on our heels, we are going to almost wheel back. I'm going to tuck my shirt in. Always helps. If you're wearing a flowing garment, you might want to do that too. It's easiest that way. And when you're ready, as you inhale, I'll just speak first before I go into full Ustrasana. So you're going to just bring your hands up and back onto the mat. Then place your elbows on the mat and try to touch your fingers to your toes. So that's where I'm going. Again, for those who are still in Ustrasana, feel free to go into child's pose, take a little break. Feel free to stay in child's pose or do Ustrasana again. This is full Ustrasana. Again, if some of you are trying, feel free to do that. When you're ready, let's all come down to child's pose. And we're going to breathe here for 5 to 10 breaths. Rise up, sit up, and at this point in time, I'm going to ask us to come back to the tabletop. Lift up your knees, lift your right leg up and bring it forward into a pigeon. Go into pigeon, find the stretch, find the nice hip opener here. Rise up again, right leg goes back. Pick up your left leg, bring it forward to pigeon. So your hip is opened in two directions. Breathe in and out. Rise up. And that was a very, very quick back bending sequence, honoring compassion, building that compassion in our lives. As we transition now, I want to read one more quote for all of you that we are going to practice next as we do a couple of inversions before we wrap this session. So, Yoda, I think it's Obi-Wan who said this to Luke. Well, the Force is what gives a Jedi his power. It is an energy field created by all living things. It surrounds us, penetrates us, it binds the galaxy together. So that's what we're going to honor as you sit down now in your cross-legged position. An option here is to go into Padmasan or the Lotus pose. So for that, cross your right leg over your left leg over your right. Again, this is an option. Feel free to just sit in cross-legged position. And in this Padmasan pose, we are going to think about this light. Think about this force that binds us all together. That's the same light that's in you, that's in me. It's in that bee that's probably buzzing somewhere up there as I'm hearing a little buzz. It's in the leaves, in the plants, in the animals. I would go as far as to say it's even in the stones. So let's think about that as we bring our hands to the side. Feel free to keep your eyes closed for this one particular asana. Inhale, bring your hands up. Exhale as you turn to your right, right hand behind you, left hand in front of you. And in this Padmasan, twist. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, twist. Return back to neutral. Let's do this again on the other side. So inhale, hands up. Exhale, now to the left. Twist. Breathe. As you exhale, return back to neutral. We are going to do, like I said, just a couple of inversions. I'm going to start with, let's come down to the mat and lie down on the mat. Hands next to each other. Breathe, focus on your breath. The inversion that we are going to do is one gentle inversion, and that's the Setu Bandhasan or the bridge pose. So bring your legs, fold your legs, bring your feet on the mat, hip distance apart. Feet are hip distance apart, knees are hip distance apart. Bring your hands up and over your head. Pretend you're holding a lightsaber in your hand. I don't have one here, but if you have one, feel free to do this with your lightsaber. So pretend with your fists closed, you're holding on to that lightsaber. As you inhale, bring your hips up and bring your lightsaber to reach your thighs. Pick up your hips. Strengthen your core, meaning just tighten your belly, don't let it loose. And feel the strong bridge, feel the force. Feel the force that's in you. Exhale as you drop that lightsaber back up, bring your hips back down. Continue doing this for 2 more rounds. So inhale,
Bring your lightsaber towards your thighs. Since mine is a pretend one, I can pretend it went right through my thighs. Squeeze your buttocks at the top. See if your chest rises all the way so that your chest is touching your chin in a bandha. Exhale, hips down, lightsaber back up. Last, pick up your hips. This is a very dynamic movement. This is also an inversion since we are inverting our heart and head position. Exhale. Relax. That was one round of our wonderful Setu Bandhasan inversion. Now, if this is in your practice, feel free to go into Shirsasana or the headstand with me. So simply and gently sit up. I'm going to tuck in my shirt before I do this. So if you have never learned inversion, if you want to try this next to a wall, feel free to do that. Essentially, what we're going to do is we're just going to make a nice V with our hands. Measure out. So measure out how far are your elbows and place them on the mat. Release your hands and then make a V. So your crown is going to sit in your hands and your elbows, your crown are going to be that tripod. So crown and two elbows. So pretend that that's the tripod that is going to hold your body. So when you're ready, try this with me. Pick up your legs, walk your legs together. I'm going to speak, so I might be a little wobbly. If inversion is in your practice, this is where you do inversion. Hold. So feel free to hold your inversion for a few more minutes. Excellent. Gently release. For those of you who are on the mat, continue to lie down on the mat. Excellent. Excellent. Let's all lie down for Shavasana. Soak in the benefits of the asana. We're going to end our session here with Shavasana. So lie down on the mat. Let's all remember that the force will be with you always, as Obi-Wan would say that. So lie down for Shavasana, relax your entire body. You're going to be in Shavasana for 2 minutes. I'm going to play some music, focus on your breath, and relax. Gently wiggle your fingers, your toes, turn to one side of the body, sit up when you're ready. We are going to close our session out by reminding ourselves about the force that we are, that we always have been. Reminding ourselves of our unlimited potential. Remembering to conquer fear, be compassionate, and realize the divinity within us, whether it's on May 4th or any day of the year. Let's close the session with one Omkar. Inhale for Om. Om. Namaste, everyone. Hope you enjoyed.